What's up, guys? Today we are going to talk about the Porsche GT3. One of two cars in my garage. 991 GT3. This variant has a 3.8 liter flat six motor. I freaking love this car because of this. The sound. Dude, this sound is unreal. Unreal. I mean, if you've ever had the chance to sit inside one of these cars as a passenger, or take it for a test drive, or shoot, if you see one driving by the street, turn off your music and let this car scream by you. Yell at them. Tell them to send it, because they probably will. I know I would. And I do send it every single time. I just want to cry when I hear that sound. Hands down, the best feature of this car is the sound. Like, tech specs, information, styling, brand heritage, all things aside, hands down, this is one of the finest engines that a human has created. It has a 9,000 RPM redline. 9,000 in a 6-cylinder, okay? They achieve this through titanium internals, so it comes with titanium rods and titanium valves. Titanium's lighter, so it can wind up higher and stronger, obviously. Have to remember, like, Ferraris and Lamborghinis, they sound wonderful, whether it's through extra cylinders, V8, V10, or through a flat plane or cross plane crankshaft like the Ferrari. Porsche is achieving this with a 6-cylinder. But no, I don't think any word can describe how special this engine sounds. And, you know, I'm gonna drop these clips all throughout this review, so you guys cannot forget how memorable GT3 sounds. I mean, unreal. The original color is white. However, I've XPEL stealthed it. It is satin white now. Yes, I can't drive. You can tell I ran over my own battery tender. Just pinned the line. Unfortunately, I don't have the cool headlight option, which gives you the 4 stars. You can tell usually there's like a LED strip around here that will indicate if the car has PDLS+. It doesn't, but at least it has the blackouts, so that's nice. The front bumper, if you guys are in the market for a 991, the front bumper is a little bit different than the Dot 2. I think it's a matter of preference. Quite frankly, I feel like a lot more people prefer the Dot 1 bumper, but I mean, you know, you're talking very minor differences here. One thing you'll notice is that I am on different set of wheels. It's the same offset as the factory with a +2, and they're MV Forge Duo block, so it's a 2-piece configuration, and I have half of the hardware exposed. So I'm gonna go ahead and move to the rear where you can't see my silly power line. But this finish is a rose gold or a copper finish, whatever you prefer to call it. And I have decided to do black Pierce bolts. And like a lot of multi-piece wheels, you can appreciate the detail. So the register is engraved on the wheel. There's a lightweight pocketing here on both the front and the back side. They're a little bit dirty right now, but I think you guys still get a good idea of what the color looks like. I'm running Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. These are not the factory tires. They come with Pilot Sport Cup 2s, but seeing as this sees a fair amount of road usage, I needed the ride to be kind of quiet. Now, one thing you'll want to notice also, you can't see it too clearly here, but I actually still have my original cats. So those are factory cats on the factory header. However, you can see that I've deleted the side muffler, and I've achieved that through this exhaust system right here. The FI exhaust system with carbon fiber tips. And yeah, overall it's just a really well designed car. I love how it looks. Let's move on to the interior. So first thing you'll notice is I have the carbon fiber accent package with the red stitching, and every piece of the garnish interior wise is carbon fiber, including the center console. And I would have liked the lightweight buckets, but after actually sitting in these and dailying them, the 18 ways are actually quite comfortable. They're called 18 ways because they're 18-way adjustable. I switched out for some WeatherTech. All my cars have WeatherTech because it just makes it easier to take care of. And I also have the Alcantara steering wheel. As well as the Sport Chrono timer, which is right there. And the deviated stitch dash. So for the folks that are asking, can there be one thing you dislike about this car? And actually, yes, I'm going to point out the one thing on this car that actually bugs me a lot, and other .1 owners can actually agree with me, is this. So we're going to go on the inside of the car. And pay attention to the only thing you see in the rear view mirror. Yes, it is your wing. The wing sits right in the middle of your view. Surely somebody at Porsche sat in this thing before they designed it and realized, oh hey, there's a big wing in the middle of the rear view mirror. But like my brother would say, why are you looking in the rear view mirror anyway? You should be in front of them, right? But hey, for the daily driver, it kind of matters. So one of the things I think I really love about the Porsche 911 is how everything is laid out in a driver sense, even more so than BMW. And during this generation of the 911, you'll notice that in typical 911 fashion, they have the clusters kind of in the driver configuration. There's no heads-up display, but you don't really need it because actually your speedometer is right there. Your tachometer right here, which is the most important. Probably my favorite feature about this car is the 9,000 RPM red line, and yeah. And I've also added the Ren line phone mount. So what I can do right here is, like, if with a magnetic mount, you can just stick your phone there. And the thing I like most about the interior is actually how everything is very smartly laid out within arm's reach. So you'll have your hand on the wheel right here, and then let's say you want to change the station, it's just right there. Everything is extremely accessible. This is the I forgot the generational name for it, but this is Porsche's older sat-nav system, which is not as nice as your new one. The .2s have actually a screen that goes from edge to edge, so it'll actually go all the way out to the side. A little bit nicer, but once again, if you're in the market for a car like this, it's probably of a small concern to you. And everyone's favorite Porsche cup holders. Really weird. You push that, and actually that comes out as your cup holder, and that adjusts to hold the width of the cup. Push it back in, and actually if you want to leave, let's say you're driving with your drink, you actually can close it with it. This little tab right here stays down. If not, push it back in, goes right away. got pretty nice glove box, USB connections right there, as well as an additional 12 volt if you need it. And a really nice center console, which is pretty accessible. Another major difference is the GT3 doesn't have a back seat, but I think that's painfully obvious if you're buying a car like this. It's not exactly meant to transport people around. And you can actually throw a lot of stuff back here, so I wouldn't mind tossing my groceries back there. And the little options, like, actually I don't think this is options, it's standard, but you got your marquee stitched onto the headrest and a way for you to kind of access the back seat, which are actually really nice in Porsches. They're hard and kind of durable. And yeah, this car has a pretty well thought out interior, very 911-ish. So if you've owned a 911 before, you will feel like it's home. Once again, they do stay really consistent throughout the design generations. And I think the top thing that I love the most about this car is actually what I would say most people enjoy about the 911 is the silhouette. So, you know, it's just a really nice profile of the car. Just the shape of the car is very aesthetically appealing. It's got great road presence. You know, it gets its fair share of lookers. And it has just a really nice view from, doesn't matter what angle you decide to look at it. So the GT3 and the 911 turbos are actually sharing the same wide body chassis. It's about, I believe it's 2 inches wider than a factory 911. And I mean, you can just tell when you're walking alongside it. The hips are really well defined. And the factory wheels are actually really nice because they're flush, because I'm running factory offset. If you look at it, it's perfectly aligned with the fender. It's really key for the folks that are fitment gurus, including the front. And the best part about this car is that you can actually put a lot of stuff in the front. Tons of space. I have my badminton racket in there, but you know, if you move it out of the way, you can easily fit a weekend bag in there and, you know, take it out. Oh yeah, one more thing you get is the carbon fiber area. So unfortunately it's not very exciting, you don't have a lot to see here, but it's got a really nice and unfortunately kind of dirty carbon fiber garnish, aluminum plates, and tells you what size your engine is if you forget. And yeah, it's a really beautiful car. I'm very thankful to have it. I wouldn't leave you guys without a bonus. Here's my boy out in Philly doing what he does best, terrorizing the streets. His setup is just obscenely loud. John, if you're watching this, I hope your hearing has returned. I know you went to a McLaren, but I have a feeling you'll probably lose your hearing in the R8. It's going to be pretty nasty. So I'm sending my prayers to you, but love you, brother. thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, go ahead, leave some comments below. You know, let me know what you guys enjoyed about it. If you're on the fence about this car, let me know what other cars you guys might be considering. I cross-shopped almost every car in that price range, and you know, ultimately it brought me back to the Porsche. Full disclaimer, I did have a 987.1 Boxster, so that kind of swayed my decision. But you know, I think if you're considering a jump into the Porsche brand, the GT3 is a hell of a way to get there. Has a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to learning how to drive it, but all in all, it's an amazing car. I've taken it to the track. It's probably more capable than I'll ever be as a driver. I have a lot of improving that I could do, but you know, I think it crosses all the boxes that you're looking for in you know, in an all-around car. You can daily it. It holds its value, which is rare. You know, has a really timeless design, which I think is important. I think if you fast forward 30 years from now, this car would still look in place on the road. You know, just like when we look at the old air-cooled Porsches. And yeah, you know, just really a beautiful car. I'm, you know, super happy that I get to own one. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and once I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway. Make sure you're following my Instagram at Munich Monster, and also following our YouTube channel. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys next time.